Hi everyone, this is a tutorial on how to create a watch list for the premium alerts, or the ones that I use for the premium alerts. Obviously this is going to be different for the 10K challenge because in the 10K challenge we're only monitoring 3 tickers, whereas the premium alerts we're monitoring the whole entire market. If you go ahead and scroll to the learning curves, there's a channel here called watchlist, and then in that watchlist you'll see this image here. This is what we're going to be making here at the end of the day, and let's begin. So before I started here, I was using my original account to try to create the tutorial, but it didn't work because there's a lot of items that were already being used for other code. So what I did was I created a paper account to make this tutorial as clean as possible. Let's begin. So we go to the learning curves, watch list, and then there's a link here to the Google Drive. You go ahead and click that link, and there's going to be 4 files that you need to download to your computer. Once you've downloaded those files, okay, what you want to do is you go fire up your Thinkorswim platform, and on the left-hand side here, okay, this is a paper account. You want to go ahead and detach that gadget, okay, and then maximize. So once you maximize, there should be absolutely nothing in there. You go ahead and create that watch list, and we'll call it watchlist 2020, and then import that file called the watchlist tickers template. Once you've imported that, all the tickers will be added. I know that there's an error here. I don't know where it's coming from, but that's just a bug that Thinkorswim has, so we'll just ignore that. Most of the tickers are here. You can go through all the tickers to see the ones that you like are in there as well, and if you want, and if you have something that you like, you can go ahead and type it in at the bottom here, Baidu. And then once you type in Baidu, it'll be alphabetically categorized in its position. So once you've done that, what we want to do next is import the code. So the top right hand corner here, there's a gearbox. Click on that, customize, and then you want to go to the available items. There's an arrow that's pointing down. You click on that and you go to custom quotes. You got a whole bunch of custom quotes. These are the quotes that I was talking about in my actual account. They've all been reserved. Here they're all set to default. So we'll take the first one and add it to the items. It should just go over to the current set, but it didn't. What we want to do here first is call this the A6. So A6, which refers to the time frame of the daily, and we go to Thinkorswim editor, and then there's this code here that we need to remove. So take that out, and then now you go to your where's the downloads file, and there's this file here called TTM squeeze, TTM, and then what you want to do is you use edit and then go select all, or control A, and then you go edit and control C, copy, and now you've copied all this code here into memory. You can go ahead and close that, go back to this custom quote formula, that's custom 1, and then paste that. So right click and paste, and now you've got all the code in here. Once you've done that, click apply, and what you'll see here after you click apply and click OK, you'll see the A6 start to populate on the right hand side. The next thing you want to do is you go customize and then go back to custom quotes, add this one to the right hand side, which it didn't. Okay, so I think it's the Canadian version, so a little bit different. Type in A7 for the weekly, and then go to ThinkScript editor, remove the first line, paste the original code, which is still in memory, and click apply. And then now you see the A7 moved over from the available items to the current set, and now it's being reserved as A7. You click OK, and then you can see that the A7 has been populated. We got to do that one more time because here with this template here, we've got the A60, which is the 60-minute, but let's put in the 30-minute, being consistent with the web view servers algorithm timeframes. So I'll go back to the watch list. I'll go ahead and customize, go to the custom quotes, take number 3, move it over. I'll say 30 minutes. Maybe put an A there, just to kind of know that it's just an algorithm. And go select the 30 minutes, and what you want to do is you want to include the extended hour trading session. So you can have both. I would probably have both. Let's put in both. Go here, Control A, Control V, imports the code, apply, and then it moves over to the right hand side. And then let's do that for 4. I'll say a 30-minute, and we'll give this 0. Type in 0 there, and change that to the 30-minute, and remove that include extended hours. Go to ThinkScript editor, Control A, Control V, and then click apply. Okay, now you got 2 of the 30-minute time frames, one including the extended hours and one excluding it. So then click OK, and then now we have to reposition these. So let's take the one with the extended hours and push it to the left, and then the one with the without the extended hours, push it to the left of the extended hours. So now you can see we got 4 columns that's populated with scanning positions and cycles, time cycles 1, 2, and 3 with reference to the time frame that we're specifically looking at. And we will now move on to creating this ADX. So ADX is a trend indicator. Anything above 20 and green is bullish. So that means momentum is coming into the market and the trend is strong. And then if it's red and above 20, that means it's bearish and the trend is moving south. So let's go ahead and do that. Go back to the watch list. And what we want to do here is you go customize, and then go ahead and find that custom quotes. And we got number 5 here. Go to number 5, and we'll call this the daily, right? So let's call it what do we call it here in this? Call that day. So let's go ahead and call it D for day. Go to the ThinkScript editor. Let's remove that first line. Go to your download folder, and then there's this thing called the ADX. So let's go ahead and copy and paste all that stuff. So select all, and then copy. So now it's committed to memory. Go here, right click in the blank space and paste, and then now you have the ADX code successfully imported. So now you see that the ADX is here, and then we'll go to the watch list, and we'll put in the week, hour, and 30-minute. Alright, so let's do that. So I know it's already in the current set. I'll take custom number 6 and call this the week. So W, make sure the time frames are consistent, and then because the code is already in memory, I can just copy paste that in there and apply. Okay, and now you can see the week is in there. What I want to do next is use number 7, and then I'll do that for the 1 hour. So let's do 1 hour. Change the time frame to 1 hour. ThinkScript editor, click on that, Control A, Control V, and then apply. And then we'll do one more for the 30-minute. So we'll have to use another custom 8. Go ahead and change that to 30-minute. Change the time frame to 30-minute, and maybe we need to, maybe we should use both the extended hours and non-extended hours. So ThinkScript editor, Control A, Control V, and then click apply, and then we'll add one more. Maybe it might be redundant. 30-minute, and then add a 0 there for no extended hours. Go ahead and have the extended hours in there, and then check off the include extended hours trading session. Go to the ThinkScript editor, Control A, Control V, copy that code in there, apply, and now you see that all the ADX starting with DW 1 hour, 30-minute, and 30-minute 0 is now included, but they will be positioned to the far right. So what you can do here is you can kind of click on the day and then click on and hold shift down, and you can select, you can highlight all 5 of them and then simply move it so it's positioned before this algorithm 30-minute 0, so you can move it up. Oh, where'd it go? Right there, see? And so now it's going to be positioned right between the ask and the 30-minute. So I click OK, and there you go. So now we have the code imported. We have, because it's a paper count, there are some restrictions in the number of tickers that I can allow the server to download the data from. But this is just a paper count. Alright, so next thing is to go back to the watch list and see what we need to put in. So we can put the the low, high, and close beside the ADX. So we go back to the watch list, and we'll go to custom here. And so it's low, high, and close, I believe, right? So let's double check that. Low, high, and close. So I'll go into, I guess, the basics. No, it's not the basics. It's basic. Here we go. And I'll type in, I'll transfer from the left to the right, the low, the high, and the close. Where is the close? So you can add that. Let's type in here, close. Yesterday's close. Yes, put that in there. I think the Canadians just do it differently. You can also add other items here if you're interested. You can add volume. There's a lot of different things you can add in here if you want, but I'm just using the ones that I just kind of pay attention to. So they're all in the far right hand here, and you just need to kind of bring them over. Okay, and then you can see you can adjust the column width. So the high, probably want to have it be consistent, so close. And then the lows here. And you can have the volume average. And let's just kind of get this all organized. So, all right. The next thing we want to do is take a look and import this 6 MA. So that's a 6-day moving average, and that's going to tell you the position of the daily moving average. If it's above, if it's positioned higher than the previous day moving average, or positioned lower, or if it's trending lower and moving lower. Okay, so that's going to be represented by the colors and the description: down and down now. So that's an immediate down. Up now is moving from flat to up. So the transition of the gradient has moved positive, and the transition of the gradient, if it's down now, has moved negative. Now let's go ahead and import that. So we go to the watch list. Again, we go to the custom quotes, and then we go click on the arrow, custom quotes here, and we'll pick number 10. So we'll call this 6-day MA. And then that's daily there. Okay, and then go think script, go to the download files. You got this AD, is it the, no, it's the 6-day MA. Control A, copy the whole entire file, paste it into that, remove the first line and paste it into the think script editor, apply, and then you see it on the right hand side, but we want to position this up. So that's maybe right between the ask and the low. So let's move up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. There we go. So it's right there. Yeah, obviously the paper account is going to limit the number of tickers I'm going to be able to populate. So this is just the limitation of the of a paper account. Now I don't really need the bid and ask, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove that. I'm not really a big bid and ask guy in terms of common shares, and I don't think I need the last. And when you do that, you can see we've kind of removed them immediately. The next thing we want to do is add the mark prices and the ask. I guess we have ask here, so let's put that in there, even though I said I didn't like it. And I think I removed it in my current version, so we don't need that. We can use the mark, net change, and mark net change. So go back to the watch list, go to the right hand corner, gearbox, customize, and you got the change, so let's add that in there. And then you can add the mark, that's the market price, and then these two, and they're at the bottom, and we're going to select these. So you click on one of these, hold down shift, and then click on the last part, and then start moving them up. And let's put it right about here. Okay, so once they're positioned there, you can kind of adjust the column width. And the tickers obviously doesn't need that much width. And then if you want to be consistent here, you can have the mark change and net change beside each other, and then the mark. So let's go ahead and do that. So change, mark, change, and mark, and net change, we don't need that, I guess. That's if you want to look at the actual the dollar amount. So because I don't want that, I'll just remove that out. And there you go. So you got the change, mark, change, and mark. So mark, change, percentage, net change, and mark. I think I've got that right. So mark, change. Okay, so that should be here. And then net change. Okay, so that's change. You can use net change or change, whatever you're used to. And then the mark. Then you got the 6-day moving average, which tells you the position of the gradient. And then you got the low, high, and close, so you can kind of figure out if it's gapping up or not. And then the volume average if you follow it, but I don't really follow it, so I'll probably just take it out in this example. Let's go ahead and take it out. Oh yeah, we need the net change because that allows us to kind of see what the pre-market is. So let's go ahead and put that in customize and then type in percentage. I think it's already covered in the percentage change. Okay, so that's about it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I think that covers the whole entire watch list. Yep. And oh yeah, there's one more thing. So once you've set this up, you have this linking tool. And what you want to do, how you use that is basically you go ahead and pull up this chart, and then you can detach this chart. So then you want to match the symbol link together, and then what you can do here is scroll through the tickers, right? So what I usually do is I go, okay, I want to look at the A6s, so these are the ones that are scanning. Then I go to here, you can see silver scanning, and then we can position the frames a little bit further out here. Okay, and then if I want to go to the next one, I can just click down and take a look at all the charts with whatever indicator I have. What's that? Updating in real time. Okay, so that's a neat little trick that you can use to kind of scroll through the data faster, and it allows you to identify the setups quicker. Now the only thing is you got to pick the right one, because you can't pick more than 5 tickers and dump your whole account in there, because if the market all tanks, then all your positions are going to tank. So you got to pick a maximum of 3, and then out of those 3, one of them has to be the one that makes the big move. Okay, so I think hopefully I covered everything in this video. I don't think I'm missing out anything. I think that's good enough. If you have any questions, just post your question in the chat room. Thank you very much, and have a great day.